This module is the second tutorial on how to prepare and create sermons within the app. It explores the sermon editor and how to add, edit, move, and delete content. To open the sermon screen, tap the list icon with the pencil. The app will take a few seconds to load. Please do not touch anything during this time. Tap on the edit icon to edit a sermon. The sermon edit screen will open. It is divided into two parts. At the top, you can change the sermon's title, return to the previous screen, and open extra options. These features are explored in the previous tutorial. Below this is the sermon's editor. The editor toolbar lets you add sections and quotes along with formatting headings and lists. You can also find and replace text and undo your edits. At the bottom is the editor content page. This is where you will type the content of your sermon. The editor works like a word processing app in that you can type and format text. Changes are saved automatically, and you can also print sermons if desired. To add content, simply tap on the page part of the screen. A vertical line called a cursor will start flashing, letting you know where to type. The virtual keyboard will appear at the bottom. Use the keyboard to add and delete content. To hide it, tap the back arrow at the bottom of the screen, which appears as a down arrow. You can space words by typing on the space bar at the bottom of the keyboard. The larger Enter button creates new paragraphs, and the backspace button deletes content from the left of the cursor. More information about the keyboard can be found in the tablet usage tutorial. The editor lets you add bulleted and numbered lists to your sermon to help break down any key areas or points. To add a new list, tap on the page, then tap on one of these buttons. A new bullet point or number will appear on the page. The arrows beside the buttons give extra options to format your lists. To create a new list item, tap the Enter button at the end of the list. If you want to return to normal text, either tap the Enter button again or tap the List toolbar button. The app saves any changes you make when you leave this screen. However, you may not want to save your edits. You can return to the main sermon screen by tapping the green button icon, or if you want to return to the portal, tap the bottom back arrow. To tell the app not to save any edits you have made, tap the Options button at the top right, then tap Discard Changes. Confirm your decision by tapping Yes. The editor lets you change how text appears in your sermons. For example, you can make words bold, a different color, and align to the center of the page. To view the formatting toolbar, you need to select a word by tapping it twice. Two toolbars appear. The one at the top lets you cut, copy, and paste content. This is useful when copying text from one sermon to another. The bottom toolbar is for formatting text. To hide both toolbars, tap somewhere else on the screen. The first three buttons on the formatting toolbar controls bold, italic, and underline options. Tap each button to view changes on the selected text. You can combine these options or choose just one. Tap the button again to toggle it. The next button with the letter A lets you change the content color. Tap the arrow beside it to view the color palette. Tap on a color to select it. You will not notice any change until you tap somewhere else on the page. To remove a color, select the text, then tap this button. The marker button lets you highlight the selected text background. It acts in the same way as text color. The 4 alignment options let you place text to the left, center, or right of the screen. You can also justify text so that there are even spaces on both side margins. Please note that this will affect the entire paragraph of text and not just the selected word. If you want to remove all formatting from the selected text, tap the last button with the letters TX. This will return it to the default format. The top toolbar lets you add sections, undo edits, and provides other useful functionality. The editor divides content into manageable sections to help group your content. Sections will be covered in detail shortly, but to add a new section, tap the plus symbol icon. A default new section layout will appear at the bottom of the page. You can tap the small down arrow to view more layout templates, then tap on one to add it. 2 of the most important features are the undo and redo buttons. If you make a mistake like accidentally deleting content, tap the undo button immediately. This will go back a step and undo the delete. If you go back too far, tap the redo button to go forward one step. Remember, nothing is saved until you leave this screen or choose discard changes from the options menu. Headings help separate your content into logical key points. You can choose from different levels of headings called subheadings to break things down even further. Tap on this control to choose from 6 predefined headings. If you want to remove a heading, either tap the paragraph option or the heading type. The app uses these headings to help you preach, so use them as much as you can, especially headings 1, 2, and 3. You can enter a quote to highlight an important source, like another preacher or author, for example. Tap on the quote button to indent the text and place a thin border to the left. When you tap the enter button, the quote continues. To exit a quote, tap the toolbar icon again. To add non-standard text like currency symbols or copyright, tap this button. The Special Characters panel will open. Search or tap between the categories, then tap on a symbol to insert it, or tap the Close button to remove the panel. The Find and Replace features lets you change find and change content throughout your sermon. Tap on the magnifying glass icon to open the panel. Tap on the Find text box control and type in a word that you want to search for. If you want to replace that word with something else, enter it into the Replace text box control. The buttons at the bottom let you confirm what you want to do. However, be careful using the Replace feature, Although you can undo changes, be cautious when editing the entire sermon content. Sections break your sermon into manageable chunks or parts. For example, you could include an introduction, 3 key point sections, and a conclusion. The app lets you move sections around so you can swap key points if you wish. Sections are divided by horizontal lines. When you tap on a section, you will see 2 buttons to the right. New sections are automatically added to the bottom of the page, although you can move them if you wish. To remove a section and its contents, tap on the red scissors icon to the right. A confirmation will appear. Tap Yes to remove it or No to cancel. Be careful when deleting sections, as all content within them will be removed. You can use the Undo button to replace them if this happens. You can move sections above or below a section adjacent to it. Tap the green icon to move it up or down depending on its position. The entire section will then swap. You can enter a Bible reference into the editor. The app recognizes it as such. You can then add the Bible passage into your content. Tap on a blank area of the page and type a Bible reference. The system only recognizes full references like a book name, chapter, and verse. You can also use book references like GEN for Genesis. A star icon will appear beside the reference if the system recognizes it. It will also be underlined. Tap on the reference to open the Bible passage panel. This panel will display the Bible verse or verses of your chosen reference. Tap the version control to select from the available Bible versions on your device. The passage will load and preview below. Tap the Insert button to add it. Bible passages look like quotes. They contain the full reference including the version name. However, you cannot edit this content. To change or remove a passage, tap on it, followed by the backspace key on the keyboard. Edit your reference, then repeat the steps to insert it again. You have now completed this module. To recap, close this video, then press the Start button to complete the summary questions before proceeding to the next module.